Do it for about 10 minutes. It's most effective when you get up real early in the morning to do it because it'd be real dewy in the grass and stuff like that. I know some of y'all be like, the dogs be pissing in the grass and they be shitting in the grass. Just don't step in the shit. Go back in and wipe off your feet. You can't help but to feel that jolt of energy once you done sat there for a minute. Right? But that's all you need, about 10 minutes. 15 minutes is good. You need to do it about 3 times a week. You know, and a lot of Oriental doctors, they talk about putting your feet in the grass, putting them in the dirt, putting them in the sand. And they showed it in a microscope how the veins and capillaries start to open up. That shit start to open up in your body as you sit there. It's like the planet itself is sending you the energy to repair things that are damaged on a cellular level. Exactly. It's like a reboot, bud. Great explanation. It's like you're being rebooted. Said, God is my vengeance. Okay. Whoever God is. Which God you talking about? Not the God of the Bible. It's a whole bunch of them. Is it the jealous one? You know, God said he was a jealous God in that Bible. Like, oh man, don't put no other gods before me. I'm a jealous God. I'm just saying, that's what it say. We got to live in reality, y'all. It's been too many generations of us not living in reality. We can't go through this no more. We can't. It's too much technology for us to be living in a fantasy. I'm going to say that again. It's too much technology available to us for us to be operating in a fantasy, for us to be exhibiting a psychosis that's attached to something that has never confirmed itself. Say, which God is going to come and build a new reality? None of them. We got the fucking sun. The sun is what gives you the consciousness to generate and engineer your own reality. In fact, existence itself will co-conspire with you. But your first eye or your third eye has to be open for you to perceive that reality. Every time y'all use the word God, it's just powering up their egregors. Every time y'all use the word Jesus, it's just powering up their egregors. Every time y'all use the word Yahweh, you're just powering up their egregors. You're resuscitating that shit and giving it the authority to suppress your spiritual power. Because none of it has validated itself to you in your awakened state. And it can't. And it can't exhibit the same degree of power that your sun can. That sunlight hit the planet and it hit the flowers and make them bloom up out the dirt. It hit those banana trees and make bananas sprout off the end. The apple trees, it make the apples come up out the ground. So imagine what that sunlight doing when it's touching you. If it's doing that to the trees, to the wheat, to the grass, to the flowers, and the plants, imagine how it's making you grow. Yeah, it ain't the sun has been filtered. You're saying it wrong, Sammy Abdullah. You have to have an ozone layer to filter the degree of sunlight that you're capable of ascertaining. Or you will be endowed with gamma radiation. Said Egyptians had electricity. They sure did, Steve. We talked about that yesterday. You know, and I talked about that today in the tech space. They tried to say, what was his name? Benjamin Franklin. They said that he harnessed the power of electricity. And he had a kite and he tied the key on the other end and captured it in the jar. Kennigan. I don't know what you mean, David Boys Bow. Don't come in here trying to troll. I don't know if you're trolling or what. Come correct, beloved. Come correct. That's all you gotta do is just come correct. Ask your question. You got a question, ask the question. Yeah, that's right, Darren. Steele, that's an excellent question. Darren Steele says the earth provides free food, water, and electricity. So why are we having to pay for it? Because we keep tolerating that stuff. We keep tolerating it. You know, shouts out to the gypsies. I gotta give the gypsies they credit in that regard. They like shit. We don't want to live in no house or none of that shit. We just gonna park right here by the edge of this water. We gonna wash up in this shit. We gonna fish. You know what I mean? And they'll keep it moving. That's why they started building roads, was to get rid of the gypsies. They wouldn't conform. Yeah, don't come in here saying that, man. You being delusional, Angel. Don't come like that. Because the word God was invented by a man. A man invented the word God. Do you know who that man is, Angel? Come on, you said you a messenger. You know, messenger means angel means messenger. You right about that, Steve. And they wasn't Egyptians, but you know, for lack of a better word, how you gonna be a messenger? But instead of you giving me the message, now I gotta be reminded by God instead of be reminded by you. You don't know what the hell you talking about. I'm gonna call you on your bullshit. Don't come in my comment section like that, man. Because I'm gonna call you on your bullshit, G. Angel. What am I denying? I'm not denying nothing. I just asked you a question. Where did the word God come from? Don't worry, I'll give you a minute to Google. Check your Wikipedia. That's right, Darren. Who owned it in the first place? Who sell it to you? You know, man, shit, man, them was your people. They came over here and they suppressed the people and put them on reservations, made half of us indentured servants, gave us hard labor, and separated our children from their parents and their grandparents and put them in these little pocket schools called Catholic schools. This before they had schools, to indoctrinate them into Christianity. And that's what a brother Angel is saying. God sent him with a message. You don't realize how much blood has been spilt in the name of God. He said they still slaves and can't see it. Yeah, you still ain't answering my question. I'm gonna give you one more time to answer my question with your goofy ass. Yeah, let's just go ahead and block him. He's scared to show his face. I don't deal with cowards. Get out of here. I'm glad that shit that made a difference in your life. You know, it done got you out past your addictions or whatever you got going on. I'm happy that that's working for you. But you shouldn't come. You done came across the wrong one with that shit. You're not fooling me. I know you don't know what you're talking about. You know, some people need to be put in their place, man. They do. That just cut through all the bullshit. Hey, look, let me see. You just don't know what you're talking about. You know, that shit be going on with a lot of brothers. That's why I don't like coming on people platform. Please do not tag me in somebody else's shit. I don't want to come on nobody live, except for School of Tahuti or Real Real. If it ain't one of those lives, I don't even want to be on it. Said, you knew the witchcraft, and I have Ifa and voodoo in my bloodline. If you got Ifa and voodoo, which that's French, all that means is sorcery, in your bloodline, what the hell you need witchcraft for? Why you want to get into witchcraft if you already got an Ifa system? What you just subtly confess is that you don't think that the Ifa system is good enough for you. Are you from Nigeria? Story Black? You from Arkansas, so you're not really in the Ifa. Was your mama and daddy in the Ifa? Are they from Nigeria? Are they from the Yoruba tribe or the Igbo? Or are they from Arkansas too? Yeah, man. See, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Because once you open that doorway, it ain't no closing it. It's gonna be real hard to close it. Say they both from the motherland. Okay, did your grandparents were they from Nigeria? Did they practice the Ifa system or the Yoruba system? Then you need to tap back into that. If that's what they was on, just stop there. You don't need to go into witchcraft. You might as well go into Christianity. That's the highest form of witchcraft there is. You know, you trying to go into the dark arts of it. Don't do that. Don't open up that doorway, man. Said they not from the motherland? Okay, I see some confusion going on there. So you trying to find a sense of identity. Now I'm telling you, you got people on the other side. They don't want you to tamper with that shit. That's why you've been drawn here, man. I'm just keeping it 10K with you. They don't want you to tap into that shit, man. You all over the place. You got to get grounded, and you have to make a definitive connection. That's why I tell you guys to come out to the seminar May the 17th. May 17th, 2025. Come join us. Please come join us. Get your tickets now, man. Don't play with this thing. And don't mess with no dark magic. Don't mess with witchcraft. That's all. You got to still break the spells because you said your parents was Christians. That means that you was born with that spell seated inside of you. Yeah, something off. If you feel like you need to get into witchcraft, and I know you probably searching, brother. I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying is, whatever you doing, it then led you here. And it's like, yo, you need to get with this brother. But they see what I'm doing. They seeing the effectiveness that it has. And I'm not Nigerian. My mama wasn't Nigerian. My daddy not Nigerian. My grandmamas and granddaddies, they all from Alabama and Georgia. And they was in the church. You know what I mean? My great-great-grandmothers and grandfathers, some of them came from Ireland, right? Some of them was already here, right? So we didn't really have no connection spiritually. We need to make a connection to our dearly departed. And people misinterpret that as our ancestors. Your ancestors, they start, listen, 2,094 pair of great-grandparents back. That's where the ancestors begin. Those are the custodians or the vicegerents of that particular bloodline. They allow you access to incarnate on this planet. Now, anything after that are the children of the ancestors, right? Which will give you about roughly around 1,094 pair of great-grandparents, right? Those are all children to the ancestors. So you want to start venerating your grandmothers and your grandfathers if they're not here. Because I could tell you, they're in purgatory. They're kind of stuck because they don't know where to go. All they knew was Jesus and God, and that shit still ain't responded to them yet. It's like attempting to send an email to somebody without an email address. The second you press enter, it's going to be like, no reply. That shit ain't even, that's what's going on with a lot of people. And it's been going on with a lot of people in my family. And they see like, oh shit, what's going on with you? I don't know. And this being is helping. That's who it is. It be me. Put that hot plate of food up there for them. Remembering them. Putting an offering, saying their names all the time. And I ain't just start this shit last week or 2 weeks ago. Man, I've been doing this over 14 years, man. Over 14 years, I done helped over 200 people that already had altars, that thought they knew what they was doing. They thought they had it figured out until they came across me, and they was like, damn, I didn't even know I could do all this. I'm not doing it. They get to do, you get to do it. That shit is empowering. It's empowering, man. A few of my students, they people showing up in the candles. You can literally see their face in the 7-day candle. And they doing that to confirm to them that, Joe, you really making a connection with me. Don't mistake it for somebody else. And that's what a lot of y'all be doing. You're getting tricked by trickster beings. And you get convinced of the tricks that they putting out to y'all. Too much trickery and chicanery. Because those forces want to be fed. And they've been feeding off your bloodline for generations. And they don't want it to end. They feel like you about to have them on some starving shit. Right? And that's be happening. Shouts out to Melly Mel. Melly Mel will tell you. Or if daddy popped up in the candle or mama popped up in the candle. And writing names in cursive in the candle. I want to say her sister popped up in the candle that's still alive. It was some type of message with her sister. Like, that's a real connection. Nobody could take that type of connection from you. You don't have to refer to no book and read about that. There is no religious verse to that. That's you and yours. Whether they can read or not, that's a real connection. These are real connections. Mother Edinburgh. I remember one time Mother Edinburgh. It looked like it was about 14, 15 people that was standing there in the candle. You could literally see they printed themselves in there, and the candle burnt all the way around the wax just so they could show, yeah, we really standing here. He said, I woke from a vision with the name Nabu. Yeah, Nabu is Nebu. The Nebu are the guardians. Them some of the Nebus I was calling out when I was saying Osset, Asaru, Neptet, Satuk, Haru, Happy, Anquit, Anti, Nefertum, Antu, Bepti, Sekmet, Hethar, Bes, Ptah, Bas, Amhotep, Hu, Mihar, Kefri, Meskahinit, Riot, Kentamintu, Hika, Neve, Mayat, who y'all keep mistaken as Sophia. Y'all seen what happened when I showed y'all the picture of Sophia? People in the tech group. Damn Greek goddess. Goddess of wisdom. Yeah, you hearing me doing Ashatat. Because I always call out the Nebu. That's one of the main prayers. Y'all being called out to, man. I ain't lying to you, man. I'm not here to play spiritual Molly with y'all. You can listen to me or don't. It don't make me no never mind. I got my passport. I'm Gucci. And I'm making sure that I venerate my own ancestors too. But I'm here to put a lot of y'all on the same type of time that me and my students is on. Because a lot of y'all people have a coveted spirit now. They're starting to get frustrated and wondering how come y'all not doing the stuff that they see us doing. Many of them ask for my assistance, but I gotta be honest with them. I'm like, yo, I don't know who your granddaughter is. I don't know your great niece. I don't know your great nephews or your great cousins. I don't know them. Move them to this TikTok. This the pack I made with the ancestor realm, because I did it on Facebook too. You know what I'm saying, man? Move them to this TikTok, and if they can find me, then I have a vetting process. A lot of y'all that come to this seminar, now you got a chance to bypass my vetting process. And you get to see me in real time. You're going to get to assess me, and I'm going to hit you with the staff if you're not afraid. I'm going to hit you with the Baruti staff and line your chakras up for you. And if you got some gifts that's been laying dormant in your genetic code, then I'm going to wake that shit up. We already in alignment. You know, a lot of my staff who will soon be on my council, they in alignment already. We be in alignment with each other. We done sat and broke bread with each other enough times. What's the process? You had to purchase a piece of tech first, join the 1089 tech community, right? I'm going to call you. Everybody that purchased devices from me, I have a consultation with them. And the whole time, I'm assessing the oscillation of your vocal tone, so I know where you at vibrationally. And after about 2 weeks of working with the device, then I consult my runes and my ancestors and see if I should allow you to purchase the discourse, because I just don't give a discourse to anybody. I don't care if you got the damn money to do it. A lot of people be messing with dark magic. You heard the brother right there, like, hey, I'm about to go into witchcraft. I was in the Ifa all over the place. You conjuring dark spirits into this dimension. You feel me? And don't even know it. But that's why it's dangerous not having a teacher, a guide, an advisor, a mentor, somebody. But that's the vetting process. But in order to bypass that whole process, you could just show up to the seminar. And I'm telling you, I got a couple of my students, my advanced students, they could see, they could tell if you got that dark shit on you. They're going to be like, Doc, don't sell that motherfucker a ticket. Look, AP jumped right in the room as soon as I said that. Don't let AP get his eyes on you. That's the Hawkeye. That nigga. Hey, Doc, hey, don't let that person in here, Doc. No. This event ain't for them. Don't leave yourself to that type of situation. Don't do that to yourself, because this shit is for real. I put your consciousness online with the ancestor realm. That's gonna go on. I don't have to convince nobody. I don't care about reviews. I don't care about none of that stuff. There's really something sacred that should be held between you and yours, right? I had the people come on here one time and get testimonies before. You know what I mean? But it's for real. Shouts out to Shamari. That's one of the pupils in the community. He said it's the best place to be. Didn't you get hit with that staff, Shamari? I know you did. I know you did, man, because your whole posture is even different. I see the growth in you, man. I can hear it in your voice. But a lot of people be spooky and scared. They be spooky and scared of the truth. Like, shit, this shit for real too? Oh, fuck that shit. I got time. Maybe another time. About 10,000 jinn rush towards you and make sure that you never make that next time. I'm telling you, they want to trip you up. They don't want you on par, man. I'm not here to play with y'all, man. I want to wake up that that lion in you, that Haru in you, the ibis bird in you, the falcon in you. I'm here to wake that thing up in you, so you can start empowering yourself. empowering your family, empowering those in the afterlife, and clearing up them accounts, those debts of karmic debt and ramification that they had. You want to clear all of that up. In most cases, it don't even take your whole life to do it. But it does take a long time. It does take some time now. That's why I always tell you guys, right? You spend 15 years of your life working. It can be truncated and compartmentalized into 15 years. Same thing with watching television and entertainment, 15 years. That's 30 years of your life. You spend 24 years in the bathroom, shit, showering and shaving. That's 54 years of your life. Deduced into 3 activities. Mortals in the Western world spend 12 years scrolling through their phone. That's 66 years. And then we spend another 9 years of our life, listen, learning how to integrate from birth to 9 years old, how to integrate into the social engineering program of the society. That's 75 years of your life. You mean to tell me you can't deduce a fraction of that time to pouring and depositing into the afterlife on behalf of your dearly departed and clearing up all of their accounts in one lifetime? Do you know how much ranking you will gain spiritually if you did that with sincerity, with a selfless sense of gratitude? That's what it's all about. This is what this is all about, you guys. This is what they pray for. This is what your great-great-grandmothers prayed for and your great-great-grandfathers before they hung them from a tree. These was the thoughts they had on their mind when they was dying in those battles and those particular conflicts with these pilgrims and these Puritans. That was the thought. That was the prayer that was emitting from their heart. And you heard them from the spiritual universe. And you said, I want to come there and help. A lot of y'all niggas brought out them birthday candles and forgot all about that shit. And they got enough stuff in play to make sure that you don't remember this shit. They don't want you to remember. I'm not here to lie to y'all, man. Like I told y'all, I want you to see that greatness in you. I'm here to wake that shit, that dormant shit inside of you up, man. So my mama, and her mama too, may the ancestors be with them. Anybody got any more questions? I know a lot of y'all got filled up with what I had to say today. And I know some of you guys don't have any questions. You're like, yo, man, I just want it from this brother. Go get the book. Go get the Paruti Paradigm. Get the 1089 manual. It's only $8. It's an ebook. I'm telling you, if you follow the stuff I'm telling you in these books, it's going to work for you, man. I'm showing you how to deprogram from this crap. So you can put your consciousness online and make a definitive connection. Not a vague one, not a lofty connection, not an uncertain connection. A very confident and certain and assuring connection. You're welcome, Bug. You're welcome, beloved. You follow Bug. Bug came in and asked the questions. I was like, you probably like, man, this nigga's gonna be mad at me asking all these questions. Bullshit. I want you to ask the questions. And not only ask me questions, when you see these other brothers on here talking that whatever they talking, question them too. Question they ask. The main question to ask people is, what forces are working with you? Can you definitively tell me that? And don't give me no catchphrase like, yeah, the ancestors working with me. But what's their names? If they can't name their grandmamas and their granddaddies and their great mamas and granddad, don't listen to them. Because they're not even sure. You don't want to listen to people that's not sure, that's uncertain. You feel me? I ain't gonna lead you wrong now. I want y'all to win, man. Because I'm telling you, they can't do nothing with us spiritually, man. These Luciferians, they cannot do nothing with you spiritually at all. The same way they can't dance like our sisters dance, and the same way they can't boogie on that basketball court the way the brothers can. It's 9 times that spiritually. They can't reach those planes of consciousness that you can. And since they can't, they're going to make sure that you can't either. That's all good, Darren. Come on out, Darren. Come join us, man. Come join us, beloved. I got pale brothers and sisters in the community too. And shit, they're my brothers and sisters. We all one. You feel me? We all one. You ain't, that ain't your fault. The people left all that bullshit on your desk. And that shit worked both ways for our people, because they left a bunch of shit on our desk too. But we got to clear the table of this crap and connect to the things that are relative and that connect everybody. Then the animals will stop running from our ass. Then the sun will start providing us, listen, with the right type of photosynthesis where you don't have to eat no more. You will get enough light from the sun, that shit'll charge up your light body. You don't need to kill no more animals. You don't need to eat no more vegetables. Because whether y'all can accept that or not, the vegetables pissed about that shit. Humans are so short-sighted by thinking, oh man, the plant giving me life. I bet that shit is, but you done took its life to give yourself life. It feels some type of way about that shit. And you think just because it can't cry a tear or it can't express an opinion to you that it don't matter, that you eating it. But it will beg to differ with you. That's right, Push King. You can't avoid that. That'd be my whole point. Man, you on point, Push King. Because see, that's my whole point. Everything has to feed. It don't matter what you eat. One day you're going to check up out of here anyway. You better feed yourself, right? But it's certain behavior patterns or it's certain markers in our evolution that we had to grow past. These are tests. But once everybody can hold hands in harmony and unity, yeah, same thing with fruit, Natasha. You know, when you biting that orange, what you calling juice is the blood of that orange. You're drinking the blood of that orange. In fact, 98% of fruit dies in your body. It dies in your body. And it's not happy about that shit. Yeah, it do taste good. It sure do. You ain't got to put no sugar on it, no salt, no seasoning, nothing. That shit be right on point. You right about that. But this is putting stuff in its appropriate context. But we can't evolve to that point where we don't have to consume anything except for water. And you just receive the sunlight from the planet. And once we operating on that level, our consciousness will begin to register for what the Russian physicists call a Kardashev, on the Kardashev scale. They call that a type 1 civilization. We'll start coming up with ideas that will benefit us. You can start to extend the lifeline of humans, other animals, plants, which plants already been tapped into that. That's why you have redwood trees that are 20,000 to 200,000 years old. Out there in Redwood, California, they got roads that go through the damn tree. I'm going to say that again. They got robes that's going through a tree. Yes, plants are consciousness. I talk to my plants all the time. They talk to me all the time. In fact, you're tied to the soul matrix of the tree. That's why you talk about a tree of knowledge, your family tree, right? The tree of good and evil. These are all trees. The book of knowledge. What are books made out of? Paper. What is paper made out of? Trees. So the plants are alive. I could tell my plant, like, hey man, touch me, and it'll touch me. While I'll be at my altar, I'd be like, reach over here and touch me. And it'll touch me, and I'll go over there and hug it and give it a kiss. I'd be kissing on the leaves of the tree. Y'all seen my trees? My money trees was in little bitty pots at first. It's been about 7 years, but now they touched in the ceiling. I acknowledge their existence. You can't pick and choose what you're gonna connect to. Connect to everything. Because at one time you was connected to everything. You just forgot. You don't remember. That was the caveat of incarnating into a bloodline, is that you was gonna forget. And you would need to be reminded. And not by somebody named Angel that came in here. You know what I mean? He was just a religious zealot that never seen my platform before and seen the so-called Egyptian stuff and got triggered. That's all that's about. But I had to make myself available to those people that are new to their journey. The people that are not, you ain't got it all figured out and you want things in the right type of context so it can make sense. And that's what I'm here for. Because I see a whole bunch of people just be talking about a whole bunch of nothing. And most of them they're not even validate, they're not even qualified to be telling anybody what's valid. Grandmamas and granddaddies wondering how come you ain't doing what we do. And what they seeing other people doing, because we're not the only group that's doing that. There's a whole bunch of people across this planet that venerate and that pour their libations. It's just the people in the Western world, here in the United States of America Corporation, that don't. We the only ones that don't. Makes it hard to take you seriously. Because they don't see nothing that you take seriously. You keep, all these people be like, yeah, our black people need freedom. We need to, and black, I use that term loosely. It's a misnomer term, right? That's why we can't advance as a people, because we don't have a spiritual foundation. I came up with a formula that will give you a foundation, that will give you a spiritual system, that will give you a spiritual connection, and will give you spiritual protection. And when you start working in tandem with other people that have that, watch what start happening for y'all. Because not only will you be working together, but also your dearly departed and your ancestors will be working together too. And they'll start tying in the whole network. But that's what it's about, is developing a network. One that they can't touch. It's 222 when I said that. It's a network that they cannot touch. They cannot corrupt it. That's why they done generated the AI, because the AI can't reach it, but it can block you from reaching it. And what you see all across the TikTok now, right? What you see going on in the TikTok now. Everybody's sitting at the feet of the AI like that shit is Jesus Christ Superstar. Everybody keep referring to it like it's Jesus Christ Superstar. All it's doing is drawing from a database of information that's been collected from what we done uploaded into this damn computer. Y'all giving it more credit. It's not, it doesn't have a mother and a father. I don't want to listen to it. Shouts out to Michael Francese, you know, of the Gambino crime family. You know, he's an elder. I listen to him too. You know, shouts out to Jordan Maxwell, the old pale man. He gone now. But I listen to him too. Shouts out to Jane Elliott. I listen to her too. You feel me? Those are elders. It don't matter what their background. Professor Emoto, they knocked him off. You know what I mean? Talking about the water. I listen to him too. I read his book too. You got to listen to your elders. And that's what I notice in a lot of these people that be on these platforms just talking out the side of their neck. They don't have no elders that they can refer to. They ain't listen to none of them. They self-taught, self-generated. And that's cute. But what you're not realizing is that you're playing with people's minds, their souls, and their spirits. And it's very fragile. And you're creating fissures in the brain of these people that you can't repair and won't repair. And the ramifications of that will fall back on you because you're not being responsible with how and to who you're disseminating information to. The craziest thing I've seen in the spiritual universe, I don't even know if you would say it's the craziest, but I had went to a parallel reality, and I usually observe it through the mirror. But the being vetted me out of the mirror into that parallel version of myself and trapped me in that version of myself body. And the dude, they had fifth dimensional technology in this parallel earth. Right? And the way he got me to come into there was my mother was still alive in that reality. That's how I was vetted into there. So at first I thought I was engaged in a dream because my mom kept calling my name and I was in the mirror, you know, freshening up. Yeah, I quantum jump, you know what I mean, to a parallel reality.